Hi, I'm Dr. Neha. I'm an engineer, an internal medicine physician, and executive coach. Don't be too impressed. That just means I'm a really good Indian child. I love bridging the science of medicine with the art of communication to help you live your best life. So today I'd like to talk about disappointment and how we handle it, because in our society in general, it's something we don't often learn how to reveal, feel, and heal our pain. And disappointment is kind of like, one end of it. And then it's sadness, depression, and it can get much bigger, like much more intense. But how well do you handle disappointment? And does it hinder your ability to ask for what you want from someone else? So I have people ask me this because they want to know, should I ask my roommate for a favor? Oh no, I don't want to bother anybody. Or, hey, I need to borrow money. Should I ask? Or I want to borrow your car. All right. So there's this whole dance that goes on around, do I ask? Because if I do, then if they say no, then I'll have to handle disappointment. What if someone else asks me if they can use something of mine? Like, how do I say no if I really don't want to do it? Do I just say yes and then resent them afterwards? Where do you fall in the world of asking for what you need and then trying to manage yours or someone else's disappointment effectively? So what I'd really, my thoughts on that are really about, it's about each one of us knowing where we end and another person begins. So you don't get all confused in that. If you know what you value, right? You know how connected you feel to someone else, but most importantly, you know how much energy you have and your capacity in the moment, whether it's financially, whether it's to serve and help someone else, whether it's to stay late on a project and help out your colleagues who might be struggling. You really got to know yourself first, so that then you can decide what's the best way to engage with someone else. So I say that's about knowing where you end and someone else begins. That's about drawing healthy emotional boundaries. I mean, the truth is anybody can ask for anything. I can say, hey, can I have $10,000? I can ask for anything. It doesn't mean that you have to give it to me. And in the asking, I have to be okay asking for something and getting a yes or a no, right? Otherwise, it's not a question. It's a statement. Give me the money. That's a very different exchange than a question. So you want to ask yourself, do you expect that people owe you? And so because you did something before, now they better give you whatever it is you need. I think that it's really based on, each situation is really unique. And if somebody does say no, or you need to say no, notice whether you're concerned about the other person more and how they're going to react, or whether you are more focused on, hey, how does this feel for me? If someone just asked me for something and I'm not sure if I can give it, do I ask for time? Like, hey, just let me think about that. You can say, that's, it's new information for me. Just give me over lunch to think about it, and then I'll let you know. So a lot of people don't know that they can actually hit the pause button and ask for time. The other thing that I'd say is, hey, it really sounds like you need this weekend. You need to work this weekend for you so you can have a vacation. I would love to support you. And I know that, 6 months ago, you took that shift for me. I just know that right now I don't have the bandwidth to do it. I'm really exhausted. How might I be able to help you in getting this weekend covered? Do you want me to ask around? Could I support you in some other way that would help you? Could I babysit the kids and, you trade another shift with someone? So that's the time that you start getting really creative. So you can say, and sometimes you have to say, I thought about it and I really think it's important that I go to my kid's soccer game, or, I attend, tend to my family this weekend. Like I promised that I would do that. Or listen, I'm pretty exhausted. I don't think it's going to work well for me to keep going this weekend. So when you do that, trust that the other person can handle. They're strong, they're capable, they're resourceful, and your job is to trust that they can handle the disappointment that comes with that. And if they show it to you and they're like, oh man, like I'm really upset, or they get mad at you or whatever it is, right? Your job then is to figure out where you end and the other person begins. So not always easy, not always clean, but really necessary so that you can make decisions where you feel aligned with you and you can stay connected to others.